Welcome back. You're watching Mastercard Presents Transforming Rural India, Atmanirbhar Kisan. Mr. Sani, what are the challenges to agricultural credit and how does Farm Pass propose to solve that?
So, Mugdha, Indian farmers still, as I said before, use various traditional methods and means of financial transactions for connecting with buyers to sell their produce, and hence they are generally exposed to the risk of poor management of resources. Despite the expansion of rural credit structure, only 45 to 50% of farmers have access to formal credit. I mentioned this through the Kisan credit card. Now, what FarmPass does is it transforms the lives of these farmers by allowing them direct access to markets on the platform for discovering the best price of their crops and receiving digital payments for what they sell. So there is effectively what we are trying to create is we are trying to create a digital transaction history, which, when you put it to a financial institution and when you have a digital transaction history, you are able to take a much better credit decision on what sort of formal credit should I be extending to that farmer. So additionally, there are also, certain discussions which we are having with multiple large private sector investors, private sector banks, I'm so sorry, public sector banks, as well as small finance banks, to roll out such data that is, kind of enabling you in creating a templatized credit for the smallholder farmer. So fundamental concept being you get a digital transaction history. You therefore get a sense of how does the digital transaction come in. Therefore, as a bank, you figure out what is the working capital cycle with which the farmer is kind of working, and therefore fund that cycle through the digital transaction history. So this is about getting the transactional history, using analytics to say that this is the amount of credit that can be extended because you have understood when is it that the payment for a particular credit that is extended will come up. So that's the way you will be able to improve credit access.
Mr. Sani, what is also LFN and what is its impact?
So LFN, that's actually one of the partnerships that we launched with the Leaf Farmer Network. So LFN stands for Leaf Farmer Network. A Leaf is an agri supply chain entity based out of South India. It's a platform which again digitizes marketplaces, payments, workflows, farmer transaction histories. Again, it is again a platform which connects buyers, inputs, suppliers, ag techs, banks, helping creating a commercially sustainable ecosystem comprising all relevant agri-value chain players with equitable commercial exchange mechanisms. Currently, this serves about 200,000 farmers, of which roughly a third are active. 1,600 farmers, I want to give some data points, 1,600 farmers who adopted LFN integrated solutions, cutting across some of the things that I mentioned, market access, inputs, credit history, advisory solutions, have benefited in increasing their earnings by 67% from a number of, let's say, about 2.2 lakhs to 3.67 lakhs. This is live. This already happened. So, for example, one other specific example that I can tell you, there are 300 odd carrot farmers in the Nilgiris who have seen an improvement in their yield, by about 102% in a short span of time. So incomes which were roughly in the 5 lakh range have gone into the 10.5 lakh range. So this is how we are trying to, so this is the impact of LFN, and we hope this gets stronger as we move along.
Dr. Dilwai, how do you see this public private partnership working in the space of financial inclusion? What can you tell us about the collaboration and the trends?
It is the right step forward. That private public partnership is the need of the hour, and financial inclusion demands it much more than other sectors, because finance is something that shows the way forward, as I said, in upgrading the technology, upgrading the business management practices. Today what we need is for the farmers to practice agriculture value chain system, which means that they're able to look at seamlessly from pre-production to production to post-production. And today we need technology and modern management practices, including sustainable management practices at all the three stages of this agricultural value chain. So financial inclusion will enable to group in all the farmers, both small and marginal farmers, along with the medium and the large farmers, onto the digital platform and bring them closer to financial inclusion. As I said, today just a little above 50% is participating in the institutional credit system. But we would like 100% of our farmers to participate through the digital platform so that they're included financially. So the private public partnership is very important in the sense that it is a private players through the startup ecosystem can roll out large number of applications and then start serving the farmers.
Mr. Keswan, will digitizing the farmer value chain from sourcing, insurance cover, selling of goods help in financial inclusion for farmers?
I think the digital technology in this particular area, I think, is going to give a complete transparency as far as end to end linkage is concerned. And definitely, my answer to your very specific question will be yes. Right from sourcing, insurance cover, selling of goods, will get a complete financial inclusion. How will you get a financial inclusion? Is very, very simple. Imagine when the both Mastercard and Mr. Dalwai was talking about it, it has been a basic question of the credit worthiness of a farmer. How do you measure the credit worthiness of a farmer? Because today that is one of the weak areas. But once you have a transparent system cutting across the entire value chain, right from what I normally call as farm head to the customer. Once you have that kind of a system in place, and you can call it a blockchain technology, you can give it any names, and it need not be operated by one individual. It need not be operated one company. It can be plug and play, and everything finally connecting to your open system. Exactly what Mr. Dalwai earlier mentioned. And just imagine if that happens. Like what has happened today in our payment technology and our ability to understand the complete transaction sitting at home, this is what the farmer today needs. And I genuinely believe this is going to put money, is going to bring much more affordability and increase in income to the farmer, because he gets a mechanism to understand, to predict, and also foresee what is going to happen and what he needs to do about it.
Mr. Sani, before I let you go, how does MasterCard aim to further scale up the MasterCard Farm Pass and Community Pass in the coming future?
So, as I said, Mugda, currently serving 5 states with about 250,000 registrations. This year, the aim will be to go to about 10 states and take the 250,000 numbers to a million. The 5 year vision is to go up to about 10 million farmers. And as an extension to this initiative, a community pass farmer card will also be rolled out with offline as well as multi-wallet capabilities. So that's broadly the plan for us as far as promoting farm pass and community pass in India is concerned, Mukta.
And with that, it is a wrap on this special show. Thank you, gentlemen, for all those insights. Thank you, viewers. You are watching Mastercard Presents Transforming Rural India, Atmanirbhar Kisan.